Anyone know this is a less well-known story, the story of King Saul and the witch of Endor? Oh, okay, no takers. So, King Saul is the first king of Israel, and when he's he's a very well-respected and good person, a very humble person. He's a farmer by background, and he's he becomes king on merit because he is the most suitable person, and he's so shy when he's anointed king that he sort of hides behind the baggage that's been assembled at the kind of coronation. But then as his rule goes on, he becomes tyrannical and things start to go badly. And at the start of his reign, he banned all sorcery, all sort of black magic and stuff, because people should be trusting in God, not people who purported to communicate with the dead. But then he himself goes to see a necromancer, which is another name for a medium, someone who purports to communicate with the dead. And in this story is in fact very, very close to what is in the Bible, but I'm telling it from someone else's perspective. So I'm telling it from the perspective of the necromancer, the medium, and it's called How to Be a Fortune Teller. First, work out how much they will pay and what it is they want you to say. The hope or fear they cannot admit, so they came along to you to hear it. Find out who they really are. Watch their gait, their mien and posture. Once there came 3 men whose clothes were as shepherds. They were not shepherds. They did not smell of wool. Their skin was clean. One gave orders with unassumed bearing. Tall, handsome, with sad, shy eyes, I noticed King Saul beneath the disguise. Our first monarch, who had banned all sorcery, had come to me at night for necromancy. Suppressing surprise, I considered what mattered from the calls of heralds and the gossip I'd gathered. Servants whispered that before he was crowned, he'd hid behind bags, afraid of the crowds. For he was a loner who loved the fields, ploughed with his oxen, cared for his mules. Soldiers in taverns would mimic the music a minstrel played to soothe his spirit. Then they'd sing a drunken round. Saul killed 1,000, but not 10,000. He killed the men, but not their children, not their mules, their wives, or oxen. As I thought on this, it all became clear. Life had become too brutal to bear. He had not come for promise or warning, but to be reconciled to his ending. If when you speak you get something wrong, don't blink or hesitate, just carry on. As he was a king, I thought he expected me to conjure a god for him to talk with, but he called for an old friend and guide, Samuel the prophet, who had recently died. So I spoke to the king in the manner of his friend. On the battlefield, your life will end. The kingdom given to your minstrel, a shepherd, who sings as he brings his sword from scabbard. The trick is to say what they want you to say, to win their trust and take your pay. I called him to sit upon my bed and stroked his foolish, well-meaning head. We supped together on wine and meat. Then he went outside into the night. I clicked the coins, counting the cost of the lies I'd sold and the faith he had lost. That kindly king who could no longer cope, I'd fed his fear and drunk all hope. Thank you. Okay, I wrote that poem before I read about how Prince Harry, the Duke of York, had consulted a medium to try and communicate with his mother, which is a terribly sad story, I think. And I think anyone who gets to the stage where they're consulting a medium or it needs a lot of love and support.